We continue to monitor President Biden once again touting the jobs that his plan will create. But yesterday, the White House refused to answer questions on the proposed cost of the plan. The number now works out to a mind-boggling $800,000 per job. Joining me now, Blake Burman. He's live from the White House. Blake.
Hi there, Charles. I'll get to that in a second, but first a live look inside the White House as the president has been giving a pretty impassioned speech here for about the last 10 minutes or so as he is rolling out, really touting and beginning the sales pitch of the American Jobs Plan, as it's called, that $2.25 trillion package that the White House is now saying isn't necessarily an infrastructure package per se, rather a jobs plan. The White House is pitching what they essentially describe as a broad vision for infrastructure and a modern vision for infrastructure. For example, the president saying that a couple hundred years ago, trains weren't viewed as infrastructure, and many decades ago, building highways wasn't viewed as infrastructure. As he says, in America, we don't fix for the now, we fix for the future, and it is part of the reason why he is making the pitch that infrastructure should go beyond trains, bridges, and railways, but also research and development and towards caregivers, just to give a couple examples. So the president is speaking now live on this issue. Of course, we know that the White House and the president plan to pay for it by and large through tax hikes on corporations, potentially raising the corporate tax rate from 21 as it stands now up to 28%. However, we did hear from the Commerce Secretary, Gina Raimondo, earlier today suggest that maybe the White House is open to compromise on that number. Listen here.
So there is room for compromise. That is clear. Our proposal is to invest in 8 years and pay back over 15. Now, we can have a discussion about that. Should we pay it back over 20 instead of 15? Is the rate not quite 28? Is it something, lower? So we want a compromise.
Now, you mentioned the cost of jobs, Charles, as it relates to this package. It's back of the envelope math, $2.25 trillion, and the projections that the White House are embracing comes from Moody's, which is 2.7 million jobs. So if you do 2.25 trillion divided by 2.7 million, it comes out to north of $800,000 per job. When the White House was asked about this, Charles, the press secretary Jen Psaki yesterday, she made the case that they need to act and that we need to outspend China, and that is why this package is appropriate, even at that price tag. We just heard from the president moments ago saying that he is willing to compromise. He believes it is possible, but as he put it, he said inaction is not an option. Charles?
When in doubt, bring up China. Blake Burman, thank you very much.